Good evening. My name is a research scientist from the National Museums of Kenya, working on documentation of indigenous knowledge. And we are here in Machakos from 4th to 9th of June 2023 to carry out an activity under the National Products Industry Initiative Program, a Vision 2030 project on documenting indigenous knowledge for valorization, protection, and preservation as our natural and cultural heritage. We are here with the counties of Mandera, Lamu, and Wajir, and with participants comprising of county officials from environment, tourism, culture, trade, and industry, and also with community members or elders, as well as young champions. We are coming here to create awareness, sensitize, and train them on how to prioritize and do documentation. And we'll be here from today up to Thursday to undertake the training. This is an activity that has been ongoing in various other counties, and it spearheads the Indigenous Knowledge Documentation and Digitization Project, which is at the pilot phase in 13 counties, already rolled out in 4 counties in Kenya. So we look forward to learning about the various indigenous knowledge assets, such as indigenous foods, herbal medicine, music and dance, cultural sites, alternative dispute resolution, among other assets. And why we are here is to create awareness about their existence, their importance, and how they can be value added once they are documented to help in job creation, food security, and health, and also in ensuring that the indigenous knowledge is properly documented and it is not misappropriated, as has been the case in other areas. So we are happy to be here as a team from the National Museums of Kenya under the Natural Products Industry Initiative Program, and we hope that from this meeting we will be able to start indigenous knowledge documentation, preservation, and valorization activities in the 3 counties of Mandera, Wajir, and Lamu. And we are happy that the people who have come from the various directorates. One of the key outputs that we hope to get from this is that indigenous knowledge will be mainstreamed in the CIDPs of these counties, and that the counties will see the value of this indigenous knowledge so that it becomes as a budgeted activity within the various activities. And more so also to see how in the general population these can contribute to the county priority needs of answering issues of food security, climate change, and biodiversity laws at the international level, and also at the local level. See how we can utilize things like indigenous knowledge, alternative dispute resolution methods to resolve issues of resource use conflict, and also to revive the indigenous knowledge platforms so that they can be the custodians of our culture. We look forward to a very fruitful engagement, and we hope that the trainees will go back and undertake those activities and also initiate some activities so that even as the Dodi project, the so-called IK Dodi project comes, there will be readiness in the counties in terms of platforms, in terms of the activities being mainstreamed in the CIDPs, and also in terms of preparedness among the community and the young champions who are represented here. Otherwise, thank you very much, and we look forward to updating you on more activities about this program as time goes by. Thank you, and have a good evening. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for having me. My name is Dr. Stalin Kibet. I teach at the University of Nairobi, the department called Land Resource Management and Agricultural Technology. As the Faculty of Agriculture. We are here at Machakos town today to conduct a training organized by National Products Industry Initiative, coordinated by the National Museums of Kenya. And the training is to build capacity of county staff and also communities to document and digitize indigenous knowledge. This is a project which aims at covering all the counties ultimately. So as you know that this is a heavy responsibility, so prioritize on a number of counties initially. Like you can see here now in Machakos, we have 3 counties: the county of Mandera, the county of Wajir, and then the county of Lamu. We've done other counties before. Then there's still some few remaining, I think about 9 or more counties to go. And the purpose is the fact that culture, where indigenous knowledge falls, is a devolved function. And therefore, for the county government to be in a position to document and also to digitize the indigenous knowledge for purposes of protection, purposes of promotion, and also bringing it to marketplace for sustainable development, is a need to have this capacity built in all these 47 counties in Kenya. So already a number of counties, I think 13, is prioritized counties, have already gone through this process, and they're already in the second phase, which is already doing the digitization and documentation and digitization. And it's going to take quite a bit of time in terms of, because other countries like India, which is much ahead of us, still been doing it for the last several years, but they're still yet to cover all the various thematic areas. So for us here now is we're going to do the initial introduction to the indigenous knowledge, and then later on we do the indigenous knowledge documentation and digitization. And then so we're going to be covering a number of activities here. Today we did introduction to indigenous knowledge, and then also a bit on the Traditional Knowledge and Cultural Expression Act, which is supporting the legal and policy framework supporting the whole process. And then tomorrow we're going to go into further into the methodology of documentation of indigenous knowledge. And then after that, we will also try and see if opportunities allow, we're going to do the practical session. In this case, to see how you can actually document indigenous knowledge and what are the challenges and what are the lessons that you can carry forward so that it will improve into the final session of the training. So I think so far there's been a lot of interaction with the participants, and we are hoping that by Thursday we'll have made objectives of the training. We've already indicated the various expectations, and we we're also trying to make sure that all the expectations are met, or as much as possible are met, and anything that remains, we'll also make it a point that in the next phase of the training, everything will be covered. But I think we're very grateful so far what was happening.